This week on the Bloody Bits Horror Show, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming where we review movies for one more of our classic blood debates. This week, between Candice and Tim, they'll be debating Malignant. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me, as always, my co-host with the co-most, Mr. Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, good sir?
I'm nice and toasty high.
Nice and toasty high.
Toasty.
That's good.
Toasty, like in Mortal Kombat.
Toasty.
And we are joined, as always, Tim, by Candice. How are you doing today?
What you going to call the Malignant part of the cast?
The recessive twin sister that lives in the back of our skulls.
Yeah, spoiler alert for this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, it sucks.
It's not, does not suck. It's brilliant.
We're already there. Already out the bat. Look, before we get to the meanness, before we get to the anger and the malcontent, before we get to the bitterness of an old man,
I'm grinding my teeth.
I have to ask that age-old question. Candice, what have you been consuming?
I've been consuming grind bin movies and old grindhouse films. Yeah, I watched The Van for the first time ever. I mean, I feel like I've already seen it because I've heard people talk about it so much, but I finally watched it for myself. And then I watched Malibu High, which that was a surprisingly disturbing movie.
Some of those first 50 movies are really fucked up.
And then I watched Van Nuys Boulevard. And that was fun. I actually really like that movie. There's
so
zero
you were
plot.
ready for the Boulevard.
They were, just hanging out and having a good time. And I was like, I want to go to Magic Mountain. That looks fun. But I still need to find Chatterbox. And apparently I need to use an incognito tab and do a search on the adult website to look for it.
Ruh-roh.
And the cheerleaders. But I will watch it.
Also found on said porn site.
Yes, exactly. I was like, I don't know where I can find this. And Mike was like, well, you go to certain adult websites and you search for it. You'll find it. I was like, oh, it's those kind
Just
of
remember
movies.
you spell it right.
Not step cheerleaders.
Now, Candice, because we've all listened to many, many episodes of The Grind Bin, probably multiple times over. We've all heard their opening where they got the thing where all the little cuts from the movies, and then you hear that, and more.
Yep, it's from The Van.
Were you surprised with how that was from The Van and how it was used?
It was so weird, because Bobby's just watching, his graduation and fantasizing about the chick on stage, and all of a sudden it just goes, and more. And I'm like, the fuck does what? Why? But it's beautiful. This is a beautiful time.
All right. Well, that sounds like fun. And where have you been watching a lot of those?
Tubi.
God damn it. Some of them are on the blood bank, okay?
Not the cheerleaders, not Chatterbox.
The cheerleaders and Chatterbox. That's true. So what about you, Tim? What have you been consuming this week?
For the first time ever in my 54 years of living, legal cannabis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Legal
awesome.
Cannabis. Is it now not fun? Are you done with it? You're like, nah, never mind.
I mean, well, I had it all together. It took me like a 30-minute time limit from standing outside in line to getting in, getting onto another line. And you know how stupid there's not even a menu on the fucking walls. You go out to these cash registers and there's a menu that they printed out on fucking paper. And there's no pictures. Yeah, there's nothing. It's just the names.
Sounds like Bush League. You imagine of all the places in the world, Manhattan
exactly
would have just shit tons of marijuana.
I thought I was going to go in there and I was going to get like a fucking free hand job from an angel or something like that too. On top of this, but it was so fucking sterile. It's like you're like a communist Apple store.
Ugh.
Okay, like if Apple had a store in Moscow in like 1986, maybe let's not even the 70s. That's how it was, so sterile and just the way it was run. I couldn't fucking believe it. I was like, it's almost worth me listening to my fucking drug dealer's demo tape.
Jesus,
but not quite.
Sucks, Tim.
No, I'll say this though: the weed is very, very good.
Okay,
I got an incredible deal. I got half an ounce of wedding cake. Small buds for altogether $147.
That ain't bad.
No, but it's small. But nobody wants small buds because everybody like the size of my bud is the size of my fucking dick. I guess everybody wants the biggest fucking buds, but you fucking tourist amateurs, you don't realize that if you got a gigantic bud, that stem that's inside that bud weighs about half a gram. Up to a gram, maybe.
Fair, yeah. You're buying a lot of stem. That's a good point, Tim.
So.
I'll be reporting back from Columbia, Missouri, on the legal weed situation there.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what the fuck's going on.
Are you going to go into the store and say I have a podcast and this is I'm doing a press conference?
Oh, I should. You're right. I should. I'd be like, I'm going to be reviewing these. So.
Oh fuck! You know what, Candice? That's not a bad idea. Can we get we need to do like a sponsorship of like one here in New York, one in Missouri, and one where you live, Eddie, of like
Tim,
the local pot stores.
Tim, this is gonna break your heart. I swear to God.
Uh-oh. You're getting free pot for doing the show?
No, my previous podcast that I had with my wife, we had an advertiser that was a weed delivery service.
Well, shit. This place delivers too, but not where I live.
It's too bad.
Was it? That's that Let's Get Shitty thing, right?
Yes. Yeah, we had a weed sponsor.
So what's wrong with that? Oh, did he get busted or something?
No, just disappoint you.
No, just quit doing the podcast, really.
No, I meant the drug dealer. Like, can we get him back as a sponsor?
Oh, as a sponsor? Yeah, that's a good point. I'll you know what? I might have their email still. I'll look, Tim. I don't know if they deliver to New York, but
no, but you can get one day in New York. We can do one here in New York, and like I said, for Candice, we could spread it across the whole country.
There you go, man. That could be the other thing we do on our podcast is review weed dispensaries.
Hey, high-minded.
Yeah,
we've already got it.
That's true. Yeah. Oh man.
Only this time, no alcohol will be involved.
Yes.
Yeah. So this week I started watching Bullet Train.
Yeah.
You
just said started.
I got most of the way through it. My wife and I have been watching it in chunks because it's fucking 2 hours long.
It is long. I liked it though. Yeah. I wasn't crazy about it. My husband loved it.
It was all right.
It's kind of you're a fucking diesel, Eddie.
Fuck you.
You're a diesel.
Diesels are shit stirrers, man. I am not a diesel.
My dog's sleeping. You can hear her. She's dreaming.
What is she? She's
Jesus.
Barking in her sleep?
She is. It's so cute.
She's pissed.
She's all twitching.
Chasing rabbits in her dreams. Yeah, no, so it's been all right. I mean, I don't know. It's really, really ambitious for what they're trying to make. And it's so weird, though, to see this, like, was it a graphic novel before?
I was just going to ask. It had to be a graphic novel, right?
I know it was a book.
It has to be, yes. It has to be some kind of IP for it to be made.
Yeah.
I know it was... No, never mind. I got my thoughts crossed. Never mind. Yeah, it was just a book. I thought for some reason there was a live action film from the country of origin. I can't remember which country it is. But
Japan?
I could be wrong about that. Because I remember when this came out and it was like all white cast. Well, not all white, but all Western cast. They were like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And I think my wife nailed it. Like, because there's like 20 minutes left of it that we are going to, we're going to finish it today. But I paused it and she's like, I really don't care about any of these characters. I'm like,
what, you don't care about the twins? I love the twins.
I'm kind of with you. No, they were okay.
They're the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
They are the best part. I agree.
But she's like, I really don't care about these people. I'm like, huh. Yeah, I kind of feel that with you. So yeah, I've been consuming that, and on the PC, Graveyard Keeper, the game. You heard of this one, Candice?
I actually have it on the Xbox.
Ah, nice. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that on the PC. That's fun. That's a nice little relaxing end of the day.
There's this like 8-hour demo that I played last weekend. Completely beat it, and they're like, "Oh, when the game's finally released, we'll let you know." Oh my god, it was like a shit. I'd have to pull up my my Steam to give you the name. But it was where you're an alchemist and you're making potions for people. Okay. But it's also like you have to go and gather the resources and you have to help rebuild the town. So it's one of those games, you know, but it was so fun. Potion Permit. That's the name of it. Potion Permit.
Why are there so many games where you have to do work?
I like those games. Those are my favorite. The farming sim games. Or you have to do like mini games to diagnose illnesses to make the potions, and the potions are a mini game where it's like puzzle solving. It's fun. It's a really good game.
I think it's because people don't feel like they accomplish things at their real jobs, you know? You just kind of go clock in and help.
There's a fucking Power Wash game out.
That's a fun game.
I've spent like 70 hours on it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? What? Jesus Christ, man.
Shut up, Tim.
I played like 5 minutes of the fucking demo where I had to wash the fucking van off, and I'm like, wait, there's 1% left? I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I bought it when it was in early access.
I got it on Game Pass. It's fun. But that's just relaxing. I don't know what to tell you, Tim. Okay.
Yeah, it's got that repetitive movement, so you can turn on a podcast or TV in the background, and you can just relax. And then you get the satisfaction of cleaning something.
You don't have to worry about arguing with racist cops over whether they're playing their position properly or not.
Exactly.
No, actually, here's what's funny is he's actually improved a lot, and my other friend, is gone downhill.
Oh, no. They're trading
dude,
off.
You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Yeah, that's what people say. And your buddy's fucking up with the hockey, keeps doing the same thing over and over.
He keeps going up the side of the fucking boards with one side of his body completely on the boards, so all the other defensive guy do is just stand there and smash him on the boards. He turns the puck over. If he happens to get past that guy, he just throws the puck into the middle of the ice, figuring something will happen, which, a turnover.
Yeah, it sounds fucking annoying as hell.
I don't know what the hell you just said.
I saw Madden 23 just got thrown up on Game Pass, Tim.
Who gives a
Fuck
shit?
That game. Fuck that game. Fuck that game. Fuck that game.
Fuck EA.
Yeah, those games are fucking terrible. They've been trash forever. Tecmo Bowl forever.
Well, no, because really fuck it, because that's 100% pay to play. Because they have a feature on that thing at Madden Ultimate Team.
Oh, yeah. That
where
bullshit.
You get to build your dream team. Yeah. Whoever you want Joe Montana on your team as a quarterback, and you want to have Stephon Diggs being the receiver, you can do that. But you just got to have the money, the time to spend playing 80 hours of that fucking game to get enough coins to buy a pack of cards that maybe has one of those players in it. Or you can spend a ton of money and get those players.
Yep, there are people, a huge chunk of people who only play one game, and every year it's Madden. They literally never ever play unless it's the new Madden game. I don't know why.
There's that.
I bet you there's people who do the same thing with Call of Duty, yeah.
Yep. I've known them. Okay, so we're debating Malignant. Now, let me give a little background info on it. Written and directed by James Wan of Saw, Dead Silence, and Mithrigan fame.
See, there we go.
Really?
End of argument right there about the debate. What a track record.
You're not going to say The Conjuring or Insidious.
I don't care about The Conjuring.
He made 3 franchises.
Okay, he did a Fast and the Furious movie. You want to
He did.
Talk
he
about
killed
that?
Paul Walker.
Yep. And what
Is he the one who did? Okay.
Yep.
Didn't he do Aquaman or one of them?
He did do Aquaman. I like that one.
Oh, wow. So another strike against him. Okay.
oh, shit. But
Candice, you guys say you liked Aquaman?
I did like Aquaman.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Here we go.
Yeah, I wonder why, yeah.
All right. So co-written, however, there's 2 other writing credits on this one. Ingrid.
Took three people to think about this.
Ingrid Bisu, and she played Winnie in this movie.
The love-struck CSI person.
Yeah, I like Winnie in this.
Oh, her? She was cool. I liked her, yeah.
Yep. She's also technically a bloody buddy.
Really? In what?
She was an extra. She played a young girl in Blood Rain.
Huh.
I don't know.
Isn't
that's
she
a thin
James
thread
Wan's
on the blood? Yeah.
Isn't she James Wan's wife?
I didn't look into that, but it would not surprise me. Yeah, because she's been in a few James Wan things. I just thought that the
Well, he
Blood
said he
Rain
came up
credit-
with the idea for the movie from his wife.
Oh, because she's a
Yep,
bit-
Ingrid Bisu. That's his wife.
Here we go. Other writing.
So she had like one good idea, and like, can we build a movie about this?
Can I get writing credit?
Hold. Yeah, for real. The other writing credit was Akilah Cooper, who was also a bloody buddy.
Oh shit!
Yeah, she took a pass on Hellfest on the script.
Oh,
Okay, all right.
There you go. Starring Annabelle Wales, interesting last name, who was Mia in the Annabelle movie, by the way. That, you know the Annabelle movie, right?
I do. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's a
Never
very
saw
forgettable movie. The first one is.
Yeah.
Second one's good, but
Maddie
the first one was
Hasson.
very cliche.
Maddie Hasson, who played Sydney. She was Val in We Summon the Darkness. I don't know if you ever saw that one. That's a
Wait, you
fun
mean
one.
the sister?
Yeah.
Okay, because I didn't even know any of these names. All I know is Maddie and Gabriel. Those are the only two names I know.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the people were kind of bit actors in this, which makes sense. You got Ruben Pla. He played Officer Ruben. He was also in Insidious and Contracted.
I haven't seen
that's
Contracted, but you know I've seen
fun one.
Insidious.
Of course. Any haunted house thing. That's all.
That's it's very much my thing.
Yep. Okay, so I guess the other background is you have both been bugging me to have a debate on this movie for quite a while.
I would have been happy with a review.
I was going to say, Candice is really more bugging, because the time I'm going to give this movie again, somebody made me watch it again. They didn't even watch it, motherfucker.
What I'm waiting for here is for Eddie to be like, but we're not going to do it because I came up with some stupid fucking RPG that I'm going to make you play.
I hope. Like, can we play some Dungeons and Dragons instead?
You're doing it, aren't you?
Begging. No, I'm not doing it, Candice. This is your month. I'm being nice to you.
For the whole month, something's got to give, Candice. It's a setup.
Hey,
Are you going to turn my birthday one into an
That'd be great.
Good idea.
With your buddy? Oh, that'd be the best. No, I'm being nice. You can't. Jesus. I've hurt you guys so much.
RPG? You have deeply wounded me. I have trust issues.
Yeah. So, we've been talking about doing a debate of Malignant forever. Candice loves it. Tim hates it. So here we go.
All right.
First question. I'm going to ask, you know what? Let's do a coin toss. How about that?
He's tossing the coin, ladies and gentlemen.
I have an app on my phone that's tossing a coin. Okay.
Just take a picture of a quarter and toss your phone.
No, Tim. All right. So, Tim, I'm going to ask you first, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to start with you, then Candice, of course. The first question of the debate. Tim, where did you first see the movie, and what were the conditions of you seeing the movie Malignant?
Good question. I'm pretty sure that the first time I saw it on kind of like a bootleg copy.
Okay.
On one of the apps that I might or might not have and might or might not use to see movies sometimes that are still in the movie theaters or just ready to be released from the movie theaters. So, because I liked this movie a little bit more than I did the last time. I was trying to figure out what it was, and I was, things are 100% sharp. I can see things a lot better.
That helps. Okay. But, so you watched a bootleg of it.
Because of all the talk when the movie came out.
Okay, so what if any foreknowledge then did you have going into the movie?
Nothing, absolutely nothing at all. Just seeing that poster, yeah.
No idea. So, were you aware it was a James Wan film?
Possibly, but
I
unlike
see.
Candice, that means nothing at all to me.
I see where you're going.
In fact, if anything, if I see that, I'm like, wait a second, no, I don't even. If I would have known it was him, I probably wouldn't have even bothered watching the bootleg.
Oh, okay. So if you would have known, that would have changed your expectations of the movie.
Yes, I could have gone in with even lower expectations.
Okay, Candice, I'm going to ask you the same thing. What were where did you first see the movie, and under what conditions?
It was probably, I think, a Saturday night, and I had my door shut because I had been looking forward to watching this movie.
Okay.
So I had booted the kids out and shut my door so they couldn't bother me, and I turned off the lights and turned on the new James Wan film that has been getting rave reviews.
Okay, so TV, good copy, no problems?
Yeah, no problem. It was on HBO Max.
Excellent. And did you have any foreknowledge going into the movie?
I knew it was from James Wan.
Okay.
So obviously I was going to watch it. Mm-hmm. And I also knew that it was his take on Giallo films.
Okay. So
strike two.
So you were aware it was a James Wan film, and do you think that knowing it was a James Wan film tempered your expectations for what it was going to be in any way? Or
I think it actually lowered my expectations because every time I watch a new movie from one of my favorite directors, I'm expecting to get hurt.
Oh.
So I was like, maybe this will be
maybe
this will be a James Wan movie I don't like. There's always that possibility.
You're waiting for the hammer to drop.
Exactly.
Huh?
And then I was like, oh wait, no, this is really good.
I think this is going to be Wan to forget.
Oh, it's Wan too many.
All right, Tim. Now I'm going to go back to you, buddy. You have come out strongly against this film. During your first watch of the movie, at what point did you begin to suspect that you might not like it?
Probably like maybe the first 20 minutes of the movie, I was just like, nah. Because I look, we're going spoilers.
Of course,
past that, right? Because
with the spoilers.
I kind of had it pegged. I didn't think the thing was going to be on the back of a fucking head, of course. But I was like, all right, she's got like some kind of weird fucking twin or some shit like that, and that's how they had the connection. That's what's going on with all this goddamn shit. But no, I'm not gonna do a Candice and say that in the first 6 minutes of Sixth Sense, I figured out that Bruce Willis was dead, and the first 5 minutes of this, I figured out bitch got a fucking dick on the back of her.
Okay, so that's when you began to suspect it wasn't for you. When was it confirmed in the movie that this is just not for you?
I think definitely 100% when we get to when she gets hypnotized.
Okay.
And both those cops are just like, oh, all right, yeah. Especially the lady cop. I forget what her name is, but
okay.
I was like, there's no way she's going to be buying into this shit even for a fucking second.
Okay. Candice.
Yep.
You have come out strongly in support of this movie. Same question for you. At what point during the film did you first suspect, okay, this is going to be great?
Yeah.
Did I first suspect what?
That this was going to be great.
Oh,
this was going to be for you. Yeah.
Sorry. It was probably like at the point after the husband's killed and the two detectives are looking at the body, and it's so over the top with the melodrama. Everything is heightened to 11 at this point because the husband, he's abusive, but he's not just abusive. Oh my god, the shit he says to her about like, oh, I hate watching my children die inside of you. Ugh. And then he slams her up against the wall and her so hard that it shatters the drywall and there's blood. It was so over the top and insane. And I was like, all right, I see where this is going. And then it had sort of like a James Wan haunted house sequence. And I was like, oh, okay, here we go. I didn't know this had a paranormal element. This is nice. And then after the husband dies and the detectives are looking at him, they're like, abused husband, no sign of forced entry. That's motive. And she pops the sucker in her mouth. Because it's so over the top and stupid. Okay. That I'm like, this had to have been on purpose. It had to have been on purpose.
Okay, so what confirmed it for you though in the movie? That's where you first suspected that it was for you. What in it just cemented it? Like, okay, 100%, this is for me. This is my movie.
When she has her first hallucination and the walls start melting and it starts transforming into the next scene, I was like, I love this. This is definitely a keeper.
Okay.
But go ahead.
All right, Tim. This movie has been likened to James Wan's take on classic Italian horror, with some of the more ridiculous elements being included.
No surprise anal sex in it.
Classic Italian horror. Do you agree with this take?
Insofar as there's police involved and gloves, yeah, okay.
Okay. Do you think that we might be just a little bit too far beyond overlooking some of the more obvious plot holes and contrivances that are used in service of creating a story like this?
That's all this movie is one gigantic plot hole after another, after another, after another. Which is things that just, look.
Okay.
Sometimes I overanalyze shit, but I was just like, no, that would never happen. That would never happen.
I guess to better put the question, then it's so there are a lot of contrivances. There's a lot of plot holes in this. Do you think that though is in service of the story, and it's kind of hearkening back to those old giallo?
No, I think it's hacky.
Movies? Okay, Candice.
Oh yeah.
The flaws of this film are apparent. As I mentioned, there are massive plot holes, people making insane choices, and some very far-fetched leaps in logic. Like the strength, the stupid Gilligan's Island sign.
Well, I can already tell what your opinion of the movie is.
Hold on. The unexplained use of electricity.
Yeah, and radio waves.
Do you think that this was all intentional and tongue-in-cheek, or do you think that this was shoddy writing?
No, I think this was intentional, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because if you look back at the old giallo films, like we watched Bird with the Crystal Plumage, there was always something psychosexual in those movies. There was always, often a psychic. Think about Deep Red. And there's always some kind of sibling connection to a victim or a killer or something like that. There's always this kind of like weird incestual, like I said, psychosexual element to giallo films. And I think this 100% is like that. It's like, yeah, go ahead and watch Bird with the Crystal Plumage again and tell me how much sense that plot makes. And then tell me that this movie doesn't make, is stupid.
No, because, while yes, that movie didn't make sense, it wasn't going, let's not make sense and throw it in your fucking face.
But I think this is kind of poking a little fun at giallo while also being like, but we still love you. It's like, you're not perfect, and it's your quirks that we love about you. And that's what this movie does, because it takes those elements, and like I said, it ramps it up to 11.
Can I just say, today's audience that's going to see a James Wan movie on a Friday night after watching Insidious and fucking whatever the other, the Conjuring thing, the Warrens, right? That's them?
Yeah.
They're not like big fucking giallo fans. Where they go, oh shit, he used the red color. Oh man. Shit, like, no.
That's probably why this was such a divisive film.
Yeah, quite divisive. So divisive, in fact, that Tim, Zorba36 gave Malignant a 10 out of 10.
Who the fuck is Zorba? Is that the Greek?
I think.
Go to your fucking son's funeral. Stop watching this movie, man.
That's the guy you get the mask from so you can swim in the Zelda games, right? I don't know. Anyhow, on his review in the Internet Movie Database, Tim, he says, not a lot of stupid jump scares, no slow spots whatsoever. Great story. More of a thriller than a straight-up horror. It keeps you wanting to watch. The 2-hour runtime zipped right by. I was pleasantly surprised. Would you agree, Tim, that there were not a lot of stupid jump scares?
There was only one, I think. The one with the sister climbing through the window, right?
Yeah, they give kind of... Oh, sorry.
No worries. What about slow spots, Tim? Did you find there to be any slow spots in the movie?
No, I'll give it that. There really weren't that many slow spots. Something was going on.
Okay. And how great was the story?
No, I don't like the story. I think it's a stupid ass story. It's so full of plot holes. And again, spoiler alert: that little kid's never making it alive out of that hospital, right? How do you unleash that fucking shit into the world? Fingers crossed.
Tim, did it keep you wanting to watch?
Nope. Especially the second time when I had to watch it. I was like, oh man.
Okay. And finally, Tim, did the 2-hour runtime zip right by?
Nope.
Okay. Candice.
Are you gonna read me a bad review?
Yeah.
And then I have to defend against it.
Jay Boutinen gave it 1 out of 10 stars on the Internet Movie Database.
Fuck that guy.
Jay says this movie couldn't decide if it was a psychological thriller or a B-list movie that you don't take seriously. Jay is confused why he's seeing so many positive reviews, and Jay can't take the ridiculous acting and writing. And he's a fan of the Saw movies, so it doesn't take much to entertain him.
Is that in his review, or did you edit that part in?
No, he put that in his own review, so he's a little self-aware. Candice, do you think this movie couldn't decide whether it was a psychological thriller or a B movie?
It's both. Why can't it be both? Just like a giallo film, there's always a sleaziness and a campiness to it, but there's also a very serious message on why people kill.
Okay, what was the sleaziness in this movie, and what was the message in this movie?
The sleaziness was in the beginning with like talking about all the miscarriages and being slammed up against the wall, the abuse.
No, sleazy.
You're thinking of sex.
Sleazy is that fucking. What was that movie that we watched with the fucking duck killer, where the fucking broad goes to a fucking bar and gets fucked? Okay, yeah, that's sleazy.
No, when I'm talking about sleazy, and sleazy can mean more than just sex. I'm also talking about where it's like gross subject matter that, it's really sensitive and kind of a little taboo.
So transgressive.
Yeah, more transgressive.
Yeah, okay, I'll buy that.
And then it was like a Lifetime movie network in the beginning of it.
Well, look, don't walk in front of the TV and at least let me see how the fight ends. I'm invested. It's already the third round.
Okay. So, Candice, would you say that the acting was ridiculous?
Oh, the acting is ridiculous. But I think it's on purpose. It can't be that perfect. Like I said, it can't be that pitch perfect and not be on purpose.
I like how everything Candice, whenever she has anything bad to say about the movie, goes, but they did it on purpose.
They did.
Like that guy who directed the Room. Now it was supposed to be a satire, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, that's what he says. Yeah.
Okay. And he's a fan of Saw movies, so does that mean that it doesn't take much to entertain him?
Yep.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to see people get fucked up in a weird way.
The first Saw movie was... Anyhow, I will apologize for the first Saw movie.
No, that first Saw movie was good. I saw it in the movie theaters, and it got me when he stood up. Oh, spoiler.
Got me too.
Spoiler for Saw. He's not dead.
Everything else was trash, but it's still fun trash sometimes. Okay. So... I guess I'm going to go ahead and get to the important questions. So I installed that Chat GPT AI thing on my computer, and I had it come up with some questions for you.
Can we trademark this? Come on. No other podcast has done this yet, right?
No, nobody's done
Oh, man. Is it going to start asking me what I think about
right.
Jewish people or some shit?
Oh, God, no.
Okay.
No, Tim.
No, I got the right answers. Don't worry.
That's my private AI. That's not the one for the podcast. No, just because everybody's worried. All the creatives are worried that AI will one day replace them. So I just wanted to have it spit out some questions. See how it fares against mine.
No, fuck you, creatives. It's going to do it to all of us, not just you.
Yeah.
So fucking self-centered and narcissistic.
We're all gone. Okay, so this time I think I'll start with Candice. Candice.
Okay.
Let's see here. Okay. Did the movie effectively convey its intended message or theme?
Yes, because it definitely effectively conveyed the fact that she had a teratoma that was sentient and with psychic electric powers and living in the back of her skull.
It's so right. What I didn't like, it was so explained down to such minutia detail. I was like, come on already.
Okay, Tim. Do you think was the ending of the movie satisfying and fitting?
Oh my God, here's one of my biggest problems. How is she not in fucking jail? And now all of a sudden she has all those powers?
She's not in jail because it wasn't her doing it.
No. Candice, you go. All right, you kill a fucking precinct full of cops, and you go and say it wasn't me. It was my whatever the fucking parasite I have on my back.
But as you pointed out, it was well documented, all of that, down to the minutest details. So she has ironclad proof evidence that she was not in control of herself in those moments.
No. I think it's one of those things where it's like Gabriel's got to go to jail. What are you gonna do? Again, all could have been taken care of if you euthanized her as an 8-year-old kid. Sorry, it's fucked up, but science needs to know what the hell went wrong.
It was the devil.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just take that. Oh, yeah. Check. Yeah. Devil.
All right, Candice. Did the movie offer anything new or innovative to the horror genre?
Well, I had never seen... Well, you'd seen Basket Case where it was conjoined twins, but these were the parasitic twins that lived into adulthood. And so I had never seen that before, no. I mean, I knew about teratomas, so that part didn't surprise me. It was with the fact that it was fucking inside of her skull, and it would, like, split open, and she'd run backwards and shit. It's so great.
Sorry, and just another quick thing.
Yeah.
Is she double jointed? Can she just, like, twist her fucking limbs back and forth?
Okay, I know this because I watched the behind the scenes. That was a contortionist, and she is double jointed, and she can do all those things.
All right, my next question then would be to a contortion. No. Okay, well, I mean, obviously the person who's doing it had to be very flexible, but I'm talking like the next day she's going to wake up, she's not going to be sore. Can that contortionist do the same thing strength-wise, forward and backwards?
I don't know, but if you notice the way when Gabriel fights, he uses a lot of momentum.
Yeah, that was my other question is, who taught this motherfucker kung fu?
Okay, we'll get to that. Last one of these AI-generated questions.
Who taught this motherfucker kung fu?
No, this is for Tim, right? So, Tim, were the character development and relationships in the movies well crafted?
No, not what. I was so confused because did she have two sets of adopted parents?
No, she just had the one set.
No, wait, hold on. All right, because I'm confused because this is how well defined the characters were in this movie, I guess. She was in that hospital for 8 years, right?
Yeah.
And she got put in that hospital, or maybe they was jumping around, because she was found standing over her mother's bed with a knife while the mother was pregnant.
No, that was after the hospital.
That was after the hospital. Okay.
Yeah, so she was born to the 15-year-old. The 15-year-old gave her over to the hospital. She was at the hospital until she was 8. Then she was adopted by that family. And they didn't get rid of her after the standing over with the knife.
No, come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's why I'm sorry, this is kind of fucked up, but it looked like Kevin Sorbo to me in a wheelchair. But she's like, oh, I just thought that we just had to give her enough love and everything be okay. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. You know where you got that kid.
All right. So I'm going to open it up to cross-examination now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, Candice, Tim, if you have any questions for each other, how about we'll start with Tim?
I pretty much asked all my questions. No, like I said, no, for real, is given everything, how are we to just say, okay, all of a sudden she has all this strength? Because she has a parasitic twin. Wouldn't that sap her strength?
They said that it was, and that's why they had to take him out. Because he was killing her.
But now he's able to make her do all this other stuff. And he's eating her dead babies. Yeah. Is that enough substance to get by?
No, it was to make him stronger, remember?
Yeah, I've written down at one point, I was like, holy shit, if QAnon people see this movie, they're going to lose their fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they don't watch movies.
That's true.
No, they think everything, they think this is a movie. Their big thing is, a lot of their things is that Hollywood and the globalists, and you know who they're talking about when they say that, are so cocky about their plans. They like to rub it in everybody's faces by putting it out there in movies and TV and books.
That's so stupid. No one would. Whatever.
The mental gymnastics people have to go through for this shit.
It's hilarious, yeah. All right.
And Candice says that without any irony as she's defending this movie.
All right, Candice, you have any questions for Tim, or you just want to dunk on him on something?
Dunk away, Candice.
You didn't like the scene in the police department when he leets that chair over, like,
that is
nails him with it?
That whole jail scene is the best part of the movie, and it's also the stupidest part of the movie.
It's so
when he hits him with that fucking chair, yes, visually it was
so
funny.
Hard.
All right, I watched America's Funniest Home Videos growing up. Yeah, stuff like that is funny. But again, that's another fucking thing. That's fucking good aim, man. Is this a fucking Mary Sue parasite?
No, Tim. Think about it. They've got basically 1.5 brains. However much strength from all the fetuses that they ate. Mm-hmm. Remember Christopher Reeves on South Park? Right?
Okay.
And the fetuses for their stem cells, right?
Mm-hmm,
right?
Yeah, that's classic.
And yeah, I mean, I think that
explains everything.
Yeah.
Like, I know this movie's ridiculous. Okay. I know it is, but that's why I love it.
So here we go. We'll go closing arguments now. Tim, your closing argument.
Well, obviously, look, I don't like anything that this guy does. His type of movies aren't for me.
You liked Saw.
What is he? Was he part of the original? The original?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He directed it.
Well, now I'm going down on Saw. He directed the first one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so he peaked. So he's been riding that fucking coattail all this time.
So his breakout movie was his peak.
Yep. All right, Tim. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's just this movie is ridiculous. It's not the kind of ridiculous that I like. I think that one reviewer kind of nailed it, where he said it's trying to do both, and he can't make up his mind which one it wants to be. And if you're going to do that, you have to do that really, really well. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And there was just so many fucking gaping plot holes and things that just didn't make sense in it, where I couldn't get into it. But that prison thing is the best part. I just want to know, where was the time machine that was in that prison?
The what machine?
The time machine, because we had Foxy Brown in jail, and then we got fucking fucked up Rod Stewart.
Yeah, every stereotype of a jail cell is in this.
Every jail stereotype. So stupid.
So good.
All right, Candice, your closing arguments.
My closing arguments is that, yes, I know this movie's ridiculous and stupid. And yes, I do think it was on purpose. And I think it's brilliant. Everything, the violence is ultra violence. Everything's just absolutely on edge the entire time. There's not a slow moment in this movie. And it just keeps one-upping itself with its ridiculousness. But also being completely serious about it. I just think it's a masterpiece.
And just one other thing I'd like to inject, Your Honor. The part where they're showing her with her human face on the back of her head, that shit looks like fucking GoldenEye graphics.
Okay, so one final question for both of you, and then we'll get to my opinion.
Okay.
So, Candice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you're willing to put up with more from this film and make certain concessions for it because you similarly were adopted?
What? No, I didn't. Did not identify with the character in that way. No, sorry.
Okay. And Tim,
what
the fuck was going on with the electricity?
Just, for real, see, stupid little things like that. That's what gets me, because that was an easy, cheap way of setting up. Oh, look, something's going to happen, right? Just
Yep.
Cut that shit out. Maybe I like the movie a little bit better, because there's just no rhyme or reason to it.
I have a question for you, Eddie.
Yeah.
Did you like the Pixies remix?
No.
Where is my mind?
Particularly. No.
He didn't watch the movie, Candice.
That's fair.
Okay.
He doesn't even. Why didn't you make up a different fucking band that wasn't in the movie? Huh? Did you like the remake of Black Sabbath, Paranoid, Eddie? No, it was all right.
Okay, so I did something special for you.
What did you do? You have a guilty conscience, don't you?
No, I don't. I have a clean soul, and I'll tell you why. I did watch the movie, and I did form my own opinion of it, and I recorded my review of it.
Oh my god.
That I did right after watching it before we started recording. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know my opinion has not been swayed in any way by my co-hosts. I give to you now my review of the movie. Hello, everybody. It's your host, Eddie the Axe. Just finished watching Malignant, and I wanted to give you my unbiased review before I host the debate. I thought it was a decent movie. I had fun watching it, even though it was an hour and 50 minutes. I didn't feel like it was dragging at any point, really. I would say the story was ridiculous. There's a lot of stupid shit in it that didn't make any sense, but it also, like, I don't know if that's better than them not even trying to explain it. That being said, some of the kills were really tight. I liked the big dumb action at the end of it, where it became like a kung fu movie at the police department for no fucking reason. So I got to give it like a 7 out of 10 though, because like it's not one of them that I'd rush home and be like, "Oh, honey, you gotta like watch this." And it's not one that I wish I watched in the theaters. It's definitely worth, like, you know, you're having a like fuck it night and it's on streaming, throw it on there, be like, why not? You know, I could see maybe rewatching it again at some point. And I'm kind of a fan of James Wan stuff. I liked the first Saw movie. I thought that was really, really interesting for its time. Then the Saw franchise kind of went to shit. But yeah, other than that, predictions, I know Tim doesn't like it. Candice likes it. I believe Tim probably doesn't like it because of the contrivances and because of like some of the plot holes and stuff. Not to mention just the way people behave is kind of ridiculous at times. So I think he's not going to be able to get over those factors in the movie. And I think that the reason Candice is going to, or likes it, is going to be because of the over-the-topness about it. Because it's, at some points it feels like it's tongue-in-cheek, though I don't know if it's actually trying to be tongue-in-cheek. But I could definitely get that read on it, and I bet that's why Candice is going to dig it, is because of the ridiculous nature of it. You know, it's kind of harkens back to those giallos in a lot of ways, but it's kind of a love letter to it, maybe a little bit, and also maybe poking a little fun at it. So yeah, 7 out of 10. That's my review. Thank you. Okay, so there you have it.
You nailed it. Holy shit, did you nail it?
No, hold on, Candice. I'm now unsuspicious. Did you really record that, or you just do that right now? After you know everything that we said. Okay.
Tim, if you were looking at your screen, your microphone was muted the whole time, buddy.
No, I will give this, much like Gabriel, you kind of split the baby.
I'm kind of surprised that you didn't have strong feelings either way, because this was a divisive movie. Nobody was lukewarm on it.
How high were you when you watched the movie, Eddie?
Stone cold sober, Tim.
Wow, okay.
He's a professional.
Yes. I mean, not really. I'm not a professional, but I was sober. Okay, well, what do you guys think about it? Everybody listening?
Hold on, Candice, do you think there's going to be a sequel? Because that motherfucker drains everything he can out of like 8 or 9 movies, right?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a sequel because it bombed at the box office.
Yeah.
Did it?
I doubt it.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is a damn shame.
I'm really surprised because I mean, like all those movies, I always know at least the first opening weekend or two, they're usually pretty big, just from everybody going to see it. But
I mean, they have.
So I guess I won, right?
The light at the end was about to turn on, right? They left it open.
Well, yeah, because you don't see the light, but you hear the electricity buzz. So
Exactly.
I mean, well, why not? If she has his powers, she can do that shit too. She's gonna be talking. She's gonna be doing Mr. Microphone, walking. Hey, good looking. I'll be back later on.
She does say at the end of the movie, she's like, "I put him in a prison. He's still in there." And he's like, "And you know I'm gonna get out sometime." Yeah, and she's like, "I'll be ready.
I'll be ready for you."
That was so stupid. So they do kind of leave it open for a sequel, but it's not going to happen.
I needed it to be a little more Fight Club, though. Like, I need montages of the of Gabriel.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. I was thinking Fight Club is what I was thinking. Fight Club did the split personality. It's one person perfectly. This movie cheats left and fucking right. It is showing you things that if you watch movies and you understand the way movies are supposed to be done, that is a completely separate person than her. And then all of a sudden, no, it's her.
And again, they never explain the electricity. It's just like, oh, yeah, you can also zap shit. Cool.
You know what? There's one throwaway line where they tried to give him a electroshock therapy or something like that, and it's like he drank the electricity. But there's only so much electroshock therapy they gave him, right?
My biggest question with this movie is, she probably got a scarred up back and neck, right?
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, how has nobody mentioned that?
Yeah, and how come, Candice, if you wake up 3 days in a row and there's blood on your pillow after your abusive fucking husband bets you in the wall?
Go to the fucking doctor.
I want to see her with this movie with like a fucking old-fashioned, like she got a toothache thing from like 1920 wrapped around her fucking head or something like that. Yeah, all right, Candice, here's a good question. For you, what was the stupidest part of this movie? What was the part of the movie where you saw it, you just like, okay, I like this movie, but that's a little bit stupid?
Just that part with the scarring. Like, not even the electric powers, but I was like, her back is fucked up when they're like when they're cutting out the cancer that is Gabriel. And they just like put her skull back together, just kind of, they literally shove her brain back inside of her skull and then put the piece on it. And of course she's going to be shaved and stitched and everything. And then be like, oh, it's fine. It's like, oh, you don't remember where you got these scars?
You know that asshole fucking husband would have been saying the same thing about watching my babies die and I can't even fuck you doggy style because your back is all fucked up and I don't like looking at it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy was a champion. He was my hero.
So over the top. He's wearing boots on the bed. She's exhausted from work. Yeah, he's probably unemployed.
Why do you even go to work, you dumb bitch?
It's probably the only source of income.
I got rules. Oh, man. So, Tim, is there anything you want people to pay attention to on the internet, my friend?
No, just like I always say, give us a 5-star review on whatever you're listening to. Join the Patreon because you get a ton of fucking movies over what? Assume we've already eclipsed Netflix, right?
We've way eclipsed Netflix, Tim. They have 3,862 movies on Netflix. We just hit 5,340.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's still going strong every day, right?
You're making like an Akira monster out of your servers. They're just going to be morphing together and just consume the earth.
Once you add that AI bot to it, who knows what's going to fucking happen?
Oh, God, yeah. When I have you fucking assholes requesting shit in the Discord. Jesus.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? Even if you can't join the Patreon, for what is it? What's the starting level? $2, $5?
There's gonna be some asshole who's like, I want all seasons of Welcome Back, Carter.
Carter?
What the fuck, Carter?
I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Who's Carter?
Can I say also, what a stupid ass show that was?
It was a terrible show.
It was so bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, if you can't join the Discord for free.
Yeah,
dip your toe in,
right? You get, what is it? I think you get the bonus episodes for $5, access to the bank for $10.
That's a bargain. $10. How much does Netflix cost, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
too
a
much.
Good point.
And we're not going to bust your chops if you share the password.
Oh, that's true. If you're sharing your password to your what do you call it, Patreon account, I can't do shit about that.
That's it.
Just kind of honor system. All right.
Now I'm trying to figure out how I can scam. If I can like join a bunch of Patreons and like charge a bunch of people like, oh, you just want to listen like once in a while.
What about you, Candice?
There's the grind bin minis that have been leaking out of the grind bin. The first one was about paranormal cops, and the second one was Nightman.
Okay.
So there's another one coming soon, I think. Probably this upcoming week. As long as you guys don't have another emergency MILF Manor meeting.
Ooh, well, I don't know. Eddie, you're caught up, right?
Yeah.
Next week's game is going to be insane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, what have I done?
I think, you know what I think we need to do is as soon as the season's over, Tim, we need to have a recap. That's what we got.
Let me tell you, I love that show with all my heart and soul. For real. It's just, you just don't get any better than that show. It's just incredible.
So pure because it's just...
It knows exactly what it is.
Yeah. It's like, look, we know how desperate you assholes are. We're going to fucking torture you for our amusement. Oh, I love it. So check out MILF Manor.
And I just want to say this, for what everybody thinks, so far we're 4 episodes in, almost 5, coming out Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, hopefully the Super Bowl doesn't run over because I'm not watching the end of the Super Bowl if MILF Manor's already starting. But so far, nobody's fucked.
No, nobody's fucked. That is true.
It's all just a build-up, man.
Yep.
Just the camera crew.
It's the build-up, and then wait when they get those moms and sons all horned up, nobody gets laid, and they put them on a private jet all the way back home.
Gross. Anyhow, take a look at our Patreon, patreon.com/bloodybits to get access to our bonus episodes and the blood bank. As I mentioned, we just added, we got 5,340. We're caught up on horror, right? Now I went back and I'm adding sci-fi and action movies starting from like the 70s and moving forward. I don't know if I'm going to get too current with those genres because the older shit is where it's at. I mean,
well, you need to put every single movie covered by the grind bin in there. Just go through the catalog.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you look. Instead of joining their Patreon for $10 a month.
I tell you what I did do. I made a collection in there, and I've been just slowly trickling every one of the movies we've covered into that collection. So
which is a smart move, yeah.
Yeah, so you can just go in there, click on that, and then boom, you've got a list of everything we've covered from...
Now, can you put the podcasts up there, links?
We can reminisce.
Yeah, we could. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Day of the Dead 2 Contagion.
Oh,
remember that piece of shit?
Really? That's the first one you're going to bring up?
Deadbeat at Dawn.
Oh, that
good
was
movie,
so good.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the days.
Necromantic, which I heard was just done on Last Drive-In last night.
Those I know. I saw that
after we did it. Yeah. So, just like I said, $10 a month, and you get access to so much. You can join our Discord for free. You know, we're always scaring people away there, and you can get access to our live streams.
They always pick the worst time to just pop in the Discord for the first time. But then I also think, there really isn't a good time to jump in the Discord for the first time either. So. You need to set up like an incognito thing where people just see what's going on in the Discord without all of a sudden having some Australian guy say, "Send me a picture."
Yeah, hey, send me a picture of you. I want to fucking Photoshop it and whack off.
Fuck its face. Cut a hole in the mouth.
Fucking deep fakes of Candice on C-Man. All sorts of shit going on. You don't.
Oh yeah, quick question. What was it? Because that was like a couple weeks ago. That YouTuber guy, right?
What?
With a deep fake porn where he had to do like a whole apology thing.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was a Twitch
accidentally clicked on an ad on a porn site and then accidentally put his credit card information in to get a deep fake porn of his friends.
Yeah, of a chick that's one of his friends on Twitch. I got rules. Shouts out to that guy.
That's a gutsy call. Like, I did it by accident. What? Click on the ad? Okay, maybe you clicked on the ad by accident, but then you put your information in, right?
You beat off by accident.
You open up your Bitcoin wallet.
Hey Tim, you remember back when making deep fakes of chicks was using your imagination?
Back in my day, we had to imagine the porn.
I had to close my eyes and think about shit.
Oh God! So yeah, that's the fun we have in the Discord, and you can too. So I guess this is how we end it. Goodbye.